The Lincoln Police Department reports a doubling of reported gay hate crimes in the past year. That number went from 3 to 6. Some experts believe those numbers could even be higher because of hate crimes that go unreported.
I myself have been called, like, fag. Oh my God, we can't even get started on that subject. Like, it just makes me so mad because, like, I just don't get why people, like, think it's wrong. Yeah. Like, I just physically cannot wrap my mind around people. And, like, I've heard people say, like, I know people who have chosen to be gay, and I'm like, that's fine. Then they're, like, messed up in the head. Like, there's no way I chose this. Like, I can't help it.
With statistics on the rise, experts realize this issue is serious and want to work together so that the LGBT community can be safe and feel secure.
Getting a clear look and an accurate count on these numbers has proved to be very elusive and difficult for both law enforcement and policymakers for a variety of reasons. Number one has been the fact that as a society we haven't offered full participation to all of our citizens in all of our programs and in all of our institutions. And so what does that say to citizens who are a victim of some of these horrific crimes? You know, do they question whether or not their veracity will be challenged? Do they question whether or not their issues have value when they're deciding whether or not to approach law enforcement or policymakers and share their stories and ensure that we can get not only good numbers but justice for these victims?
And people don't always know why they have those attitudes, but we also have a government that supports prejudice and discrimination, and that's a very strong weight that allows people to justify their attitudes and behaviors. And so as the government shifts, that can also be really unsettling for people.
If experts begin to spread the word, will this help fight anti-gay hate crime issues? Officials encourage anyone that witnessed these hate crimes to call the number 402-444-STOP.
Up in Omaha, like recently, like 3 weeks ago, there was another incident of a couple of guys walking through the old market in drag, and some guy just walked up in one of the restaurants and started heckling them, and one of their straight friends stood up for him, and he ended up getting in a fight. One of those things that they're never going to forget, and so all of their decisions in similar situations from that point on are affected by that.
It can be very challenging for the LGBT community to understand why people use violence as a form of expression. But as statistics show the increase of hate crimes, they realize this is a problem they want changed.
Just in this year, there have been 7 states that have passed marriage equality. And so that's a big shift. It will be interesting to see what happens as more and more states recognize same-sex marriage, because that's just one issue impacting not only the LGBTQA community, but the entire country.
Public perception's changing, and it's not going backwards. And so we need to act now, and we need to act deliberately and decisively to stand on the right side of history and to ensure that all citizens feel valued and are valued.
LGBTQA people are actually people, and they're actually people that we know and care about.
For NewsNet Nebraska, I'm Klair Acton reporting.